All right, for the actual Terraform installation, we have a few different options. So you have the manual installation where you could use the precompiled binary, or you could also compile from source. We're going to show you how to do both of those, but we're also going to show you how to use Homebrew on Mac OS and Chocolatey on Windows, and on Linux we're going to use the specific packages for Ubuntu. We're going to show you how to install on Ubuntu. And we are probably not going to be covering CentOS, RHEL, Fedora, or Amazon Linux today. We will talk a little bit about installing them, but it's basically just a matter of installing the packages for those. If you want the commands to install for those operating systems, I might gloss over them a little bit, but I'm not going to actually demo those today. I'm just going to show you Ubuntu. So I'm going to show you macOS, Chocolatey, and Ubuntu today. So in any case, those are the different options. And if you want to look at our document showing you the steps to install these, we have the exact commands to install on Ubuntu, RHEL, CentOS, Fedora, Amazon Linux, Mac OS, and Windows. We have all those commands and instructions on our website that goes along with this video. So check the link in the description for that. That should help you out a lot and make things a bit easier. All right, so to start, we're going to show you how to install Terraform using a precompiled binary. And we're going to be demoing this on Ubuntu Linux, but it's pretty similar on other operating systems, on other Linux systems, and on macOS and Windows. But for the precompiled binary, we're just going to do this on Linux. So you start off on the download site right here. Check the link in the description. You should be able to find this from there, but in any case, go here, click on Linux or whatever your OS is. It does have some instructions for using a package manager, but right at the moment we're showing you the binary install. So I'm going to pick a 64-bit Intel based, it says AMD 64. Anyways, download that, and we see the package, the zip file downloaded there. So now we can minimize our browser here, and we are going to be installing using this terminal. All right, so we're going to start out by unzipping it. So it's in our downloads folder. And that's it. That's the file that we downloaded. So there we go. It's now unarchived. So after this, it's as simple as running it. So we have unarchived it to the current directory. So we can just say /Terraform. And there we go. It runs. It gives us the usage for the command. So we can scroll up a bit. And yeah, basically that's it. That's how you install from, that's a manual binary install. So literally, if you're doing this on macOS or Linux, it's the same thing. You just unzip the file. Basically, download the version for your OS from that website, and unzip it. And the binary is right there, precompiled binary, ready to go. Now, you might want to place this on your path. So I'm going to show you how to do that real quick. And then we are going to, we're going to do the same thing with, you know what? I think I actually did put this on my path, but I'm going to show you the command real quick. And we're going to do the same thing when we compile this from source. So you could move Terraform, the binary. So right now this binary is right there in my home directory. You could move it to wherever you want it to be, whether that be your home directory or wherever else. Let's see here. I removed this before recording the video. So I actually uninstalled Terraform, but I had this here before. So I actually have this environment variable set. So this is what I ran previously. I actually have not removed this from my bash RC yet. So I'm not going to run this now. But if you place this in you run this command, this will echo, and it will echo a command right here that says export path equals path, and adds your home directory. Now, instead of this tilde for your home directory, whatever path you have that binary installed in, you could copy or move that binary to wherever you want and just specify that there. This is how you export your path. You add the path to that binary to your current path variable, and you take this export command that sets your path. It updates your path for you. You're going to echo that over your bash RC file. So you're going to use two angle brackets here, or two greater than signs, to append it to your bash RC, not to overwrite your bash RC file. So be careful doing that. And any case, once you've done that, so I'm not actually going to do that. I'm going to hit Control C here. You will source your bash RC file. So paste, and it says source bash RC, and that way you won't have to close the current terminal. If you don't want to source it, you could just close the terminal, open a fresh one, and it will use your bash RC. Any terminal you open up will just read and run any commands that you have in your bash RC file. So that's how you set that to, that's how you put that on your path. It is going to be slightly different on Mac OS and on Windows. Any case, moving along here, yeah, I could actually run Terraform like this, and it works because it's on my path. So I could say echo my current path, and you see all of these paths here. These are the paths. When I try to run any binary, it's going to search these locations and try to run whatever's in them. So let's see here. When we ran that command, we were just adding another path to our path variable. Any case, I cannot type today. So anyways, there we go. So moving along here, we are going to show you how to, and let's just, we can also say, I put this in my instructions, Terraform-V to verify it's working. You could just as well run Terraform and it's going to give you the usage, but there you go. So I'm going to show you how to do this from source. So let's go ahead and compile from source. So we're going to rm Terraform, and we are going to remove the binary, the zip file, just to clean that up. So I've removed Terraform, no such file. The command is not there now. So now we are going to build this from source. So we're going to use git. I'm going to paste this git command in here. If you want any of these commands, just check the link in the description of this video. So if you want to copy and paste these commands yourself. So in any case, git clone and specify the location of their git repository. So you can clone this, and you are going to need Golang to build this. So you need Go installed on your system. So also, again, check the link in the description. I have another video where I show you how to install Go, and I have another document where I show you how to do it if you just want to copy and paste or read a document. And I have a video showing you how you can install Go, but you are going to need Go or Golang. You're going to need that installed in order to build this from source because it's written in Golang. So we have cloned the repo. We said git clone and specified the URL for the repo. So now we can cd into the directory for the repo. So cd Terraform, and this is the source code for Terraform. So moving along here, it's really simple. All we have to do is say go install. All right, so this has built Terraform. So it has been built now, and it has been placed on our Go path. Now, I haven't defined the Go path variable, so by default, it defaults to a directory called Go in your home directory. So we're going to go back a directory here into our home directory, and we're going to look in Go, and there's a bin directory in there. So if you look in the bin directory, this is where Terraform is. So that is this is the copy of Terraform that we have just built. So we can run it like that. So -v, and there we go. That's a working copy of Terraform. So let's go ahead and do this. We are going to set this on the path. So I'm gonna show you how to set the path again using this. Rather than place this in my home directory, I'm just gonna set the path to this location. This is a good demonstration of setting the path, and just something good to show you. And I feel like this is kind of an appropriate place to keep it, maybe. any case, it's up to you where you want to keep it, but I'm going to show you how you could do this. So we're going to echo this to our bashrc file. Well, let's take the export command first. Export path equals. So we're using the export command. It's a bash command. We're defining basically the variable is your path variable, and we're going to define that. And to define it, we're going to refer to the existing path variable, $path. So this is going to preserve everything that we currently have in the path variable. We're going to preserve it like this. We're going to assign the current stuff in our path to, we're going to reassign it to the path variable here. And what we're going to do, put a colon here, and we're going to type the path that we want to add to that. So that's going to be one like this, and we're going to say go bin, and there we go. So we're going to add this. So my home directory is home user 1, and the go path is go. So yeah, home user path go bin. That's the bin directory that holds our Terraform command. So if we export this is going to export that variable, but we want this to run every time we open up a new terminal. So this is the command you would run, but we want this command to run every time. So we're going to add this command to our bashrc file. So we're going to echo this whole command out and close the whole thing in quotes here. And we are going to, if we put one of these greater than symbols, it would overwrite the file. If we put two of them, it's going to append to the file. And we want to write to our, now this is the directory. We're already in our home directory, so we don't need to specify the tilde, but I'm just going to do it anyway. We're going to go to bashrc, so our bashrc file. And there we go. So that has now been added to our bashrc file. Source.bashrc. So opening a new terminal would reread the bashrc file and load this updated path. If we don't feel like opening a new terminal, we can just source the bashrc file. So now we should be able to run Terraform, and it's working. Terraform-v. There we go. There's our newly compiled Terraform binary working. So that's how you can compile Terraform from source code. It's a little bit more effort than just downloading the precompiled binary, but it works. All right, so I am first going to scroll through. This page here. This is our site. Check the link in the description if you want to copy and paste these commands. But I'm going to just scroll through the instructions for installing the packages on a few different Linux distros. And then after I just scroll through these and review them, I'm going to actually demo installing this using the Ubuntu Debian packages. So in any case, on Ubuntu or Debian, you can just say you're going to use this sudo command apt. Basically, we're going to update the repo and make sure a few things are installed, like you need to install GNU-PG, software properties, common, and curl. It needs all of those things. And yeah, so this first command is going to be apt update, just to update the current info that the repo has. Latest information about all packages available and stuff like that. Using sudo for both of these. And then we install the HashiCorp key using these commands, using wget. Funny, it's using wget instead of curl when we just installed curl here, but in any case, yeah, so running this big long command to install the HashiCorp key, and then we verify the key, echo this out, so that's all fine and great. And then we can do sudo apt update again. Yep, so this is actually installing I probably should have labeled this a little bit better. I might go and update this. But yeah, installing the key. This is also installing this installs the HashiCorp repo. And yeah, so it's updating your etc apt sources list, and it adds a new repo definition there. So it looks like that's what it's doing there. In any case, after that, you're going to run sudo apt update again to refresh your your info about this newly installed repo, and then you're going to actually install Terraform using sudo apt-get install Terraform. Now for CentOS, you would they want you to install yum utils, so install that. Then install the HashiCorp repo like this. And then you install Terraform. So it's a little bit less stuff to do, a little bit easier. Now for Fedora, you are going to use DNF. So it's the same process. You're just going to install DNF plugins core, install the HashiCorp repo, and install Terraform. Amazon Linux, you are going to do a similar thing. Install yum utils, which is the yum config manager. That's basically the same thing that you did for CentOS. I think there might be a few things slightly different. I think it might just be an exact duplicate of the, I think they're almost exactly the same, maybe slightly. I don't know if there's actually any differences in here. I can't spot them off the top of my head, but same thing. Install the repo, install Terraform. Now, this last part is just setting up tab completion. So you can just, you're going to touch your bash RC file or your Z shell RC file, depending on what you're using. And you probably don't really need to do that. Now, you are then going to install tab completion, running the Terraform install autocomplete. So that's all fine and great. That's how you do that. So now I'm going to demo how you would install this on Ubuntu, because I'm running Ubuntu right now. So I'm going to show you how you can install this on Ubuntu. All right, so I removed the version of Terraform that I installed, the one that we built from source, and now I'm going to go ahead and we are going to let's see here. We're going to install on Ubuntu using the packages. So first things first, we are going to run sudo apt-get update. This is going to give us the latest info for our repo. And next, I am going to run apt-get install a few needed things. Now, I could have combined this all in one command with ampersand, but I'm doing them separately. So there we go. Paste this in here. Apt-get install GNU-PG, software properties, and curl. So this is going to take just a little bit. I sped this up here. And there we go. So now I'm going to install this HashiCorp key. So this is going to be all one big command here, kind of chained together like this. So if you want to remember, check the link in the description if you want to be able to copy and paste this. And so now let's actually add the repo. So we're going to run another long command here. And let's see here. Copy this, and we're going to paste this right in here. And there we go. That should be ready. Now all we need to do is run a sudo apt update to pull in the latest repo info, since we did add a new repo. And now let's try actually installing Terraform. And there we go. So there we go. Terraform is working. It's on our path. Now, I had actually gone through before recording this part. I did this off camera, but I removed the previous path that I set up, and I removed the previous version, the version that we built, and the binary version and everything else. I had pretty much cleared everything out. So this is what you get when you install it from the package, from their repo. You get, this is it basically. So you don't have to set up the path or anything, but you did have to set up the repo and the GPG keys. You could probably skip some of that, but any case, like you probably don't have to verify the keys. You could just run the command to, to add the repo. Any case, so that's it. That's how you would. That's how you install from a package. Now we're going to be installing Terraform on macOS using Homebrew. So we're going to be following my own instructions here on the right side. So check the link in the description if you want the URL for these instructions so you can copy and paste yourself. And let's see here. We are going to start out with Brew. I'm basically just going to copy and paste this. So we're going to take this and we're going to just copy, paste it right over here. And there we go. Brew tap, HashiCorp tap. So this took a little bit, but I sped the video up here. So what this step is doing is this is basically installing the HashiCorp repo or HashiCorp tap. So we got this running and I sped this part up 20 times. And so it's 2000% and almost there. And there we go. Looks like it's moving along now. And there we go. It's completed. So next step, we're going to actually install Terraform using Brew Install. So there we go. Brew Install HashiCorp tap Terraform. And looks like this is moving along pretty quickly. Looks like my command line tools are too out of date. I'd like to check and see if this is, so that's being listed that's listed as an error. Yeah, and it looks like it legitimately did not install that. Okay. I'm actually out of date. I didn't see any updates. So I'm actually going to go ahead and try to follow these instructions. I was not expecting this. So I'm just going to copy this and just paste it in here. And there we go. Sped this part up about 400%. There we go. And now the next command. So I'm going to copy this and let's just paste this in here and give it a shot. There we go. So now we have this thing running. Just kept clicking the next button. So I sped this part up a lot. This actually took forever to run, so I just left this running and left the video recording, and I sped it up later when I edited the video, and I'm doing a voiceover now. And there we go. So finally that completed, and I will have sped that up through video editing. Anyways, let's give this another shot. Brew Install HashiCorp tap Terraform. So I also sped this part up a lot too. And there we go. Looks like it worked. Let's verify this. Kind of excited. There we go. Terraform is now installed and working. There we go. Terraform 1.5.2. So there we go. We've installed Terraform on with Homebrew on macOS. We ran into a tiny little hiccup, but we moved past it. So hopefully that helps someone else. Maybe someone else runs into the same issue and is able to fix it. So in any case, one other thing I'd like to point out is the text is a little small here. But yeah, check the link in the description if you want to be able to zoom in or copy and paste this. But just in case you want to update Terraform and they have an updated version on their repo, you can say brew update and then brew upgrade HashiCorp tap Terraform. So that's how you would upgrade it if they do have an upgrade available. In any case, for now, Terraform is installed. Terraform-V shows the command is there and working. You can run it without a V and it's going to give you the usage. So there you go. Terraform on macOS. So here we are on Windows 11, and we're going to right click on Windows Terminal, say run as administrator, and now we have Windows Terminal running with PowerShell, and we're going to use Chocolatey to install Terraform here. So we're going to type choco install Terraform and hit enter, and it's going to run for just a bit here. So it's moving right along, and now we have to we're gonna type a Y to confirm here. We could have just used like a -y when we first ran the command to bypass this, but I didn't. So, but either way works. But any case, moving along. And there we go. It's installed, but we're just going to verify it now. So we're going to run Terraform-V. And there we go. That's verifying that we can run the Terraform binary. So the tool is working. You can see the version that's installed. That's the version that we have now. So we're going to exit, but we're going to reopen a terminal just to show you that this can work in a in a non-administrator, a terminal without administrative privileges. So we're going to run Terraform again. So Terraform-V and verify, same exact output, shows the version of Terraform, confirmed it is working. Now we're going to switch over to our Linux environment. Now, I also wanted to do a quick demo just to show you how you can do something useful with Terraform in this video. But do remember that this video is part of a series. So you're going to want to check out that next video where we really explain to you how building infrastructure works. So that's coming up next in the next video. So do check out the playlist, and you're probably going to want to hit the subscribe button and all that. But subscribe button, bell icon, all of that. But we are going to show you a quick demo just to show you how you can build a little bit of infrastructure in this video too. And we're going to review it in greater detail in the future video. So let's see here. And by the time I posted this video and the next video and the next video after that will already be published. So you can go check the playlist. The playlist is constantly expanding. We're going to be adding more to it, more advanced stuff. But by the time I publish this video, we're going to have a pretty fair amount of stuff out there. So, we're going to have the core tutorial, the core, Terraform course up. So we're going to have all the basic stuff. We're going to cover basically everything. How to create infrastructure, how to do everything else you'd want to do with Terraform. It's all going to be there. So at this moment, while you're watching this video, all the basic stuff has been posted. Just check the playlist that this video is a part of. So anyways, when we create a Terraform configuration, we put everything into a directory. So in this case, I'm going to create a directory called test1, and I'm going to cd into test1. Now, we are going to create a file to start out here called main.tf. Now, I'm not going to describe this in a whole lot of detail today. The next video is where we get into detail and cover a lot of the details of this file. So I'm just going to throw this together really quick. But we're going to call this main.tf. And we're going to vi this file. And I'm going to paste some source in here. So I'm going to copy this on my other screen and paste it right in there. So I'm going to just skim over this real quick. It has a Terraform block that tells you we're using the provider for Docker. We're going to create a Docker container and no special configurations for Docker in this block. So just using the defaults. We have a couple resources defined. First resource is a Docker image. So this is going to pull down the Nginx Docker image. And the next resource that we have defined below that is a Docker container. And this Docker container is going to reference here an image. So it's going to, for the image it references, this is basically an image ID. So we're going to reference this resource, this specific version of this resource, and we're going to take the ID from that. This is how we specify the image ID from this resource that when we say docker_image.nginx, we're referring to this resource. So the second resource refers to the first resource is basically what's going on. And we'll come back to that in the next video. But in any case, this creates a Docker container with Nginx installed with the ports. Port 80 is going to be exposed on port 8000. So we're going to show you how that works out. So we are going to write and quit to save this file. And we are going to, there's a slight thing you're going to change, you're going to do slightly different if you're running this on Windows. Check the link in the description for instructions on how to do that. You're just going to modify this slightly. But in any case, Windows and Linux, this is how the configuration looks. Now, to start out, we're going to say Terraform init. Now, we are using Docker with this, so we do need to have Docker installed. That's a prerequisite. I did another video on Docker. Check the link in the description to my write-up on how to install Docker, and also to a video showing you how to install Docker. So in any case, you do need to actually have Docker on here. You can also do this with AWS, but in this example, we're using Docker just because it's more simple. Later on, we're going to show you how to, in a future video, we're going to show you how to do AWS. The time you're watching this, that video already exists, so it should be there on the playlist. Go check it out if you're interested in just AWS, but right now we're doing Docker. So anyways, run Terraform init. And we're going to give you more details about exactly what each of these commands do in the next video. So Terraform init, then Terraform plan. Okay, so we are going to need a sudo. We're going to need to run sudo for this, and then we could also just run this as root, or we could give Docker permissions to the current user that I'm running as right now. My current user does not have permissions to run Docker. So yeah, I can't run Docker commands as my current user, so I'm just going to use sudo terraform plan, and there we go. It ran. So this plan command just gives you a plan. It tells you what it's going to do. So all this here, I could probably make this smaller so it all fits on the screen, but in any case, this is just telling you it's going to create a container. This is the information about the container, blah, blah, blah. We're going to cover that in a little bit more detail in the next video. So the plan just tells you what it's going to do, what the plan is. Then you can run Terraform apply, and it will give you the plan again. It basically tells you what it's going to do. It's good to review that and make sure it's not doing something else, like breaking something. It's possible to do a lot of damage and at scale with Terraform. So, review the configs and review what it says it's going to do, and make sure that matches what you want it to do and what you expect it to do. And you are going to confirm, just say yes, and it will go right ahead and do everything that you want it to do. So it's going to it's going to pull down the image, and it's going to create a container based on that image. So we Docker applied, apply complete, resources, 2 resources added. One was an image and one was a container. So we can do Docker PS. We have a container running, an Nginx container. And if we say Docker we can list the images. So we have our hello world that we did in a previous video when we installed Docker, and we have Nginx that we just pulled down. Now it looks like I already in any case, Nginx is there, and we are good. That this created our. We're gonna actually show you in a term We're gonna actually show you the demo of this. You can go to localhost 8000. So running on port 8000. I'm going to open up a web browser and move it over on screen here. And I'm going to just access this. So there we go, Nginx. So this is localhost, the current host I'm on, port 8000. And there you go. This is the default Nginx page. So this is a Nginx web server running in a Docker container and serving up its default page to us that we brought up using Terraform. And there you go. That is how you can install this. So next thing we're going to do, so I'm going to kill this and I'm going to destroy this infrastructure. So we did a Terraform apply. So we're going to say Terraform destroy. It's kind of the opposite of apply. And it now tells us everything it's going to do. Notice the red the red minus signs here. telling us that it's planning to destroy all this stuff. It's going to remove this infrastructure. So yeah, this is why you always want to pay attention to what you're doing. Just type yes to confirm, and it destroys them. So let's take a look here. Docker image ls. Only the hello world image remains. The Nginx image the image itself has been removed, and obviously the container docker ps no running containers -a shows you our hello world containers down, and our Nginx containers is gone. So we have an exited hello world container from before, and our Nginx container is gone. So that's how you destroy infrastructure. Now I'm going to point this out. One last thing I'm going to show you for this video. You can say Terraform-help, and this will give you some usage info. Now you could say Terraform help plan, and it's going to give you help on the plan command. And normally I would have this zoomed out a little bit. Right now I have increased the font on my terminal like a lot, just so it's visible for the video for people watching this. But yeah, normally I would zoom this out a little bit. Any case, you'll be able to read a little bit better if it's on a zoomed out terminal. Any case, there's the help command, and that's it for today. So yeah, make sure you check out the playlist, watch the rest of this little mini course that I'm putting together on Terraform. We show you all the other Terraform stuff you'd want to know. So just watch the next video in the series, and if you didn't watch the previous video, watch that one. All of this stuff goes together. Check the links in the description and check the playlist for this video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys on that next video.